Buenos dias and good morning, senor and senorita. This message comes to you from the heart of Dawn as we travel at and beyond warp speed to the dawn of humanity. So let's start by giving each other a cosmic hug. Connect your heart to my heart, your worth to my worth, your left side and my left side. Yes, that's right. That's how we give each other that hug. Hold that embrace. Yeah, hold it, feel it. Feel your heart energy expanding, your worth energy expanding. Feel that sense of invincibility sneaking in. Yeah, sending out all of the toxic fears of the ego and its programmings that you're going to die. Yeah, that's right. It's on its last legs. It's only got 3 weeks left. Yeah, the ego's only got 3 weeks left. How amazing is that? Okay, so anyway, come on back. Yeah, after send it out to the universe, send it out to the 8 billion, they need this. Yeah, got that? Yeah, just trying to find a space here. It's a little bit difficult today with the wind and the sun the way it is. There we go. Okay. Well, I had a client yesterday. And that client was, if I was to teach my program, which I have not intention of right now, but if I was to teach it, he would be an absolute perfect candidate. He would be an absolute perfect candidate. Yeah, because he had all of the programs. Yeah, and he had all of the ones to make sure he would stay in those programs. And he should not have even gotten to the program because of the amount of time, especially that Jamie had to put in to convince him to take it. You don't usually do that. I don't. Listen, it's like, okay, this is what it is. Do you want it, yes or no? But Jamie spent, I believe it was 4 times talking to Andrew. And I talked to him twice, actually, which is unheard of. That's 6 times. He delayed it twice and tried to delay it 2 more times. And the last time we were going to have it on yesterday, he said, I'd like to shift it to Friday. I said, no, we're not shifting it to Friday. Either now or not. And then yesterday, I'm down here at the ocean, doing my videos, and I get 2 emails saying, I need to spend more time doing my questionnaire, Iamdivinity questionnaire. I said, no, we said 10 o'clock, it's 10 o'clock. Anyway, just delay by the ego all the way to the very last moment. Okay, that's the ego. And then to find out here's his words. Here's his programs. Okay, now this man has had these programs running for 47 of his 53 years. Okay, did you get that? 47 of 53 years. Wishy-washy. Non-committal. Zero obligation. He had 2 addictions. He had physical symptoms of this and that and the other thing. He is depressed. And the ego had him all these words, like mildly depressed. And then when he was talking about what he wanted, it was like more light, more happiness, more. That's the ego. Like, that's that non-committal. And he went through his whole life, practically his whole life. 47 of 63 years is how long he was doing that program. He should have had 20 addictions and 100 symptoms. And the ego is still kicking and screaming. That is why there's not a million people. It took us 2 hours and 19 minutes. And all of those programs were gone, every single one of them, including his cravings to alcohol and cigarettes and hash. No, oh wait, no, it wasn't alcohol, sorry, just hash and cigarettes, smoking, okay? And they were gone. It was like he was 100% committed. He had 100% surrender. And he was just absolutely passionate about keeping his light. And what was amazing, what was absolutely amazing with Andrew, and this is what you need to know, for those of you that are thinking about and trying to work your way through the ego to say yes, okay? And instead of it doesn't make sense, and I don't understand what you're saying and all of that. Well, when he was finished, all of a sudden he started talking. And all of his ineffable words just flowed out of him. I'm in my pure light. I'm one with the universe. My heart's the size of the universe. My worth is the size of the universe. I am invincible. They were all just flowing out of him. Yes. How amazing is that? There should be 5 lines lined up, 1 million on each line, to take this process. And yet the ego's got such a grip. Got everybody focused on the COVID, and you're going to die, and all of the, you know, like Afghanistan, all of the news, all of that. It's got everybody focused on what's wrong, noticing what's wrong and thinking the worst. That's the ego. That's your ego. Okay? That's all those negative beliefs. You're not good enough. In his case, when he was 6, something happened, and he made a decision that to get love, he was going to have to give up his worth. And so all of those programs were from that core decision to give up his worth, to buy love, including from his parents, even though they were loving parents. And you see, he was buying love. That's what he was doing. He spent all his life buying love by giving up worth. How crazy is that? Never feeling safe, ever, because he was never in his power, because he kept giving his power up, because he kept giving his worth up to buy love. And when people say love is the answer, that's bullshit. It's not. You need both. You need both. It's not love. I know people that are the heart the size of a mountain and have 0 worth. Yeah, so it isn't love. It's love worth. And Andrew was a prime case of that. He spent his whole life trying to get love. Yep. Anyway, so there you have it. If I was to teach, if I was to say, okay, here's a prime model to teach this Iamdivinity, instant and permanent transformation, this is the case. This is the perfect case right here, right now. The fact that it took us 2 hours and 19 minutes was a surprise to me. I mean, what happened was I spent about a half an hour with him in trying to get him to see the connection, his connection of all of the ways he had of trying to get love. And his wishy-washiness and his non-committal and his non-commitment, I needed to expose them so he would not use them when we were done and give it back up. So there was an extra half hour in there. Yeah, to try to get him to see that. So think about that. Imagine being 53 years of age and having programs for 47 years and they were gone. Well, they were gone in an instant, actually. It took 2 hours, really, to put all the pieces together. A second to have it all gone. And then the other 18 minutes was, okay, can you see that connection? You got that connection. You see where that fit? You see that fit? Yes. That's how it worked. Like I said, there should be at least 5 rows of 1,000,000 each standing in line. How do we do this? And yet, it took, Jamie spent, well, he talked to him 4 times and I talked to him twice. And he tried to delay it 5 times. Yeah. That's the ego. That's your ego. That's why you're not saying yes. Yeah. Well, it doesn't make sense. Well, I never heard of this before. And how does that work? And that's how the ego works. It wants to stay in charge. And do you know what? There is 98% of the population in the state of Andrew right now. And that is why the whole world is in complete chaos. It needs to be completely shaken up. An earthquake, an emotional earthquake. An emotional earthquake, what needs to happen. And we're having that on September 22nd, 2021 at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So check us out on transformwithdonn.com. That's Dawn with 2 N's. Yes, check us out and see about that. So you can have that internal earthquake, so you don't have to have the external one, because if the internal one doesn't happen, the external one will. And you can see it around you everywhere. You can hear it in the news. All of those stories. Everything is about to implode. Yep. So, just giving you a heads up. And I'll see you on the 22nd. Take care. This message comes to you from the heart of Dawn as we travel at warp speed toward the dawn of humanity. Bye for now.